Day trading in 2026 is harder than ever, but it's also more accessible. In this video, we break down the 10 essential rules that every new trader needs to follow to avoid becoming another statistic. From the 1% risk rule to mastering market psychology, these tips are designed to help you stay in the game long enough to become profitable. Make sure to stay until tip number 7, as it's the biggest account killer for beginners. Tip 1. Knowledge is your edge. Most beginners fail because they confuse luck with a system, so your first job is to understand that the market is a giant data processing machine, not a casino. You need to start by mastering market structure, which is the skeleton of any trade. This means identifying if the market is in a trend, making consistent higher highs and higher lows, or a range, moving sideways between a ceiling and a floor. If you don't know the structure, you'll likely buy right into a bull trap where the price looks like it's breaking out, but immediately collapses. Next, you must dive into price action. This isn't just looking at red and green bars, it's understanding the psychology of the wick. For example, a long wick at the top of a candle tells you that even though buyers pushed the price up, the sellers were strong enough to slam it back down. That's a huge warning sign. You also need to understand volume, because price movement without volume is a lie. If the price is rising but volume is falling, the big money isn't behind the move, and it's likely to fail. Finally, you have to align this with the economic calendar. In 2026, the market is hypersensitive to high-impact news like CPI, inflation reports, or FOMC, Federal Reserve meetings. A perfect technical setup will be absolutely shredded by a bad news report in seconds. Your edge isn't a secret indicator. Your edge is knowing the structure, reading the candle story, and knowing when to stay out of the way of the news. Tip 2. The 1% risk rule. Risk management is the only thing that keeps you in business when the market turns against you, and the 1% rule is the industry standard for survival. It means you never allow yourself to lose more than 1% of your total account balance on a single trade. If you're starting with a $10,000 account, your maximum risk at rest is exactly $100. Most beginners make the mistake of thinking they should trade a specific number of shares, like, I always buy 100 shares of Apple. But that's backwards. You must calculate your position size based on your stop-loss distance. For example, if you buy a stock at $100 and your technical analysis says the trade is invalid if it hits $95, you have a $5 risk per share. To keep your total loss at $100, you can only buy 20 shares. This rule is vital because it protects you from the gambler's ruin, the mathematical certainty that you will eventually hit a losing streak. Even with a 60% win rate, it is statistically possible to lose 5 or 6 times in a row. If you risk 10% per trade, that same losing streak wipes out more than half of your account, making it nearly impossible to recover. But if you follow the 1% rule, that same losing streak only drops your account by 6%, which can be recovered in just a few good days. You have to stop thinking about how much you can make and start obsessing over how much you can afford to lose. The goal isn't to get rich on one trade. The goal is to manage your risk so well that you're still standing long enough for the math of your strategy to play out. Tip 3. Trade the power hours. Day trading is not about sitting at your desk for 8 hours straight. It's about being present when smart money is active. The most successful traders focus on the power hours, specifically the first 90 to 120 minutes after the market opens. In the US market, this is 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. EST. During this window, institutional investors, hedge funds, and algorithms are reacting to overnight news and rebalancing positions. This activity creates the volatility and liquidity traders need to make money. Without volatility, price moves slowly, setups fail, and your capital just sits idle while you still pay commissions. After 11:30 a.m., the market often enters the midday slump, sometimes called lunch hour. Volume drops, price starts moving sideways, and the market becomes choppy. For beginners, this period is dangerous. Low volume increases the chances of fake breakouts. Price looks like it's moving, but there aren't enough buyers or sellers to sustain the move, leading to quick reversals and stop-loss hits. The second power hour happens in the final 60 minutes before the 4 p.m. close, known as the closing cross. This is when large players place final orders and close or adjust positions for the day, often creating strong directional moves. By limiting your trading to these specific windows, you protect your mental energy and avoid overtrading, which usually happens during slow market periods. Remember, your goal is to trade when the wind is blowing hardest. If no quality setup appears in the first 2 hours, the best trade is often to walk away and wait for tomorrow. Tip 4. Starting small and mastering one instrument. The biggest mistake a new trader makes, whether they are in the stock market, Forex, futures, or crypto, is trying to watch 20 different assets at once, which leads to analysis paralysis and missed entries. In 2026, the barrier to entry is gone. You can trade fractional shares of stocks like Amazon, micro lots in Forex, or small satoshis in crypto with as little as $100. Instead of spread trading the entire global market, you need to pick one or two instruments like the E-mini S&P 500 futures, the EUR-USD pair, or Bitcoin, and marry them for a month. Every asset has a unique personality or DNA. For example, gold tends to be highly volatile and reactive to geopolitical news, while the 10-year Treasury note moves much more methodically. By focusing on just one ticker or pair, you begin to recognize its specific rhythms, how it reacts to news cycles, and which technical indicators it actually respects. This is also where you must master position sizing. Starting small isn't about being scared, it's about paying a tuition to the market that doesn't bankrupt you. Trading with a single micro lot or a tiny fraction of a coin allows you to test your psychology under real market conditions. You'll find that a strategy that works perfectly in a paper trading simulator feels completely different when there is actual money on the line, even if it's only $100. Use this phase to build your execution muscle. Your goal here isn't to buy a Lambo, it's to prove that you can follow your rules for 20 trades in a row without making an emotional error. Once you are consistently profitable with $100, then and only then do you scale up to $1,000, then $10,000. Tip 5. Using a hard stop loss, non-negotiable. A trade without a stop loss is just a hope-based prayer, and in the world of professional trading, hope is a strategy for going broke. A hard stop loss is a preset order that automatically exits your position once a certain price is hit, protecting you from a catastrophic loss. Whether you're trading the volatility of Bitcoin, the leverage of Forex, or the fast-paced moves of Nasdaq futures, you must set your stop loss the exact same second you enter the trade. The market does not care about your mental stop loss. When the price moves against you, your brain will naturally try to bargain, telling you to just give it a little more room, or that it's bound to bounce back. This is how a small, manageable 1% loss turns into a 20% account killer. By using a hard stop loss, you remove the emotional decision-making from the heat of the moment. You also need to learn to place your stop based on market structure, not just a random dollar amount. If you're long on a stock, your stop should be placed just below a significant support level or a recent swing low. If the price breaks that level, the reason for your trade is officially dead, and you must exit immediately. Remember, professional traders aren't the ones who never lose. They're the ones who have mastered the art of losing small. Never move your stop loss further away once the trade is live. That is the fastest way to turn a disciplined strategy into a gamble. Tip 6. Pick one strategy and stop strategy hopping. The fastest way to drain your account is strategy hopping, jumping to a new setup after every single loss. In real markets, every strategy goes through drawdowns. That doesn't mean the strategy is broken. It means the market has changed temporarily. Most beginners try RSI, lose once, switch to Bollinger Bands, then MACD, then support and resistance, then smart money concepts, never staying long enough to see results. Professionals do the opposite. They choose one setup, one model, one logic, and commit for at least 50 to 100 trades. This is how you discover your statistical edge. You begin to understand win rate, average loss, average reward, and once you know the math, losing streaks stop shaking you emotionally. If you change rules constantly, you reset your progress to zero every single day. Your goal is not to know everything. Your goal is to become dangerous with one thing. Just like a restaurant doesn't change its menu after one slow day, you must trust your system long enough for it to prove itself. There is no holy grail. There is only discipline and repetition. Tip 7. Managing emotions and avoiding revenge trading. This is the silent killer of trading accounts. Not bad strategies, but bad emotions. Trading is not an intelligence test. It's a discipline test. The two enemies you will constantly fight are FOMO and revenge trading. FOMO happens when price explodes without you, and you jump in late out of fear of missing out. Revenge trading is even worse. It's when you lose and immediately feel the urge to make it back. At that moment, you're no longer trading, you're reacting emotionally. Your brain switches from logic to survival mode, and your decision-making becomes impulsive. Professionals have strict daily loss limits. After a set loss or two bad trades, they shut everything down and walk away. They understand that emotional debt leads to reckless decisions. Losses are not personal, they are business expenses, just like rent or electricity in a real business. If your heart is racing, your hands are shaking, or you feel desperate to win, you are gambling, not trading. The market will always be there tomorrow. Your capital won't be, unless you protect it today. Tip 9. Keeping a detailed trade journal. If you don't track your trades, you are trading blind. A journal turns mistakes into data. Most beginners believe they'll remember why they entered a trade, but after dozens of trades, everything blurs. A real journal goes beyond profits and losses. You must record the setup, the time, the risk, and your emotional state. Were you calm? Were you bored? Were you rushing? This is how you identify your leaks. You may discover you trade well in the mornings, but lose consistently on Fridays. Without data, you'd never know. Reviewing your journal weekly turns you into your own mentor. A trade that followed your rules but lost is still a good trade. A trade that broke your rules but won is dangerous. Consistency comes from execution, not outcomes. Even a simple notebook puts you ahead of most traders. Respecting the economic calendar. Technical analysis is powerful until high-impact news hits. You can have a perfect setup, but CPI, FOMC, or NFP can destroy it in seconds. In 2026, markets are extremely sensitive to macro news. You must check the economic calendar every single day. During major releases, volatility spikes, spreads widen, and slippage occurs. Many professionals exit positions before news or wait until the chaos settles. Never gamble on news direction. Price often moves both ways violently before choosing a trend. Your job is not to predict the news, your job is to protect your capital from it. Tip 10. Treat trading like a real business. This is the final shift most traders never make. Hobbies cost money. Businesses make money. Trading must be treated like a business. You need rules, hours, limits, and accountability. Your capital is your inventory. Your trading plan is your operating system. Everything must be written down. When you trade, what you trade, how much you risk, and when you stop. A business owner doesn't panic over one bad day. They analyze performance over weeks and months. You must do the same. Stop chasing fast money. Start building a sustainable operation. If you treat trading like a profession, it can pay you like one. If you treat it like a hobby, it will drain you like one.